This is Gary Atensu with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We are at Zynga Frozen Yogurt. Since 2010, they have been spreading across the nation as the world's favorite frozen yogurt. I'm here with John as well as Jim. John, you're the visionary, the founder. Let me ask you, what got you involved in this exciting industry?
Well, I'm the president. I have other partners that are that founded it in Northern Virginia, but we just wanted to. Our founder Nancy is a nurse, and she wanted to have a dessert concept that also provided health benefits for the consumer.
Obviously, the name itself matches the atmosphere that you guys have put together here. It's a lot of fun. Where'd they come up with this name, Zynga?
You know, it's a name that they invented. You know, it's the Z is used very infrequently in the alphabet, and they just thought it was a fun name. They didn't want it to make it too serious, so they were riding down the road one day and they were thinking through names, and Zynga became a brand.
We're here at the North Park Plaza, which is one of the locations here in Colorado. But let me ask you, now that you sit back and the team looks back, what do you have intentions globally for Zynga?
We've had a great start. We've been doing this for about 2 years. I've been president for the last year. We have 285 sold throughout the United States. We're looking to expand in Russia, Canada, India, and we want to do two things. We want to have the buying power to be able to open the stores at the most cost-effective way that we can, but we want individual franchisees in each community that know that community to be our owners.
Let's start off, first of all, with the heart of why people love Zynga, and that is yogurt. Quite honestly, frozen yogurt has become a big wave across the country. Why are people starting to love this dessert?
Because it's fun. You know, yogurt's fun. People enjoy the atmosphere. It's a fun, outgoing. They get to do it themselves, put together their own creations, and it's fun seeing some of the stuff these kids and grown-ups come up with. So
we're talking about fun and tasty, but you know what? As a side note, quite honestly, it's a healthy alternative. We're talking about something that's fat-free, basically something that is low sodium, low cholesterol. That's got to be a plus for folks.
It is. It's gluten-free. We have dairy-free offerings each and every day. We have 12 flavors that we have every day. We have 5 that we're going to have because it's nostalgia. People are going to come in for the chocolate, vanilla, the tart, a flavored tart. Then we always have a sorbet for the dairy intolerant, I guess. And then the other 7 flavors are up to the owner to change in and out daily, weekly, so that we keep it fresh. And we always put on our Facebook what the daily flavors are that day.
We're talking about live active cultures for folks that don't know that in frozen yogurt. It's got to be good for the digestive system, is that right?
That's correct. Very, very, very good for you.
Not only do people come in here as a side benefit for a great healthy product, but let's be real, we're coming in for the taste. Basically a dozen flavors on the wall at your locations. Share with me some of the popular ones.
Our biggest popular ones are triple chocolate, vanilla, really. It sounds kind of down the middle of the road, but cookies and cream. Our tarts are very, very tasty, and we get it. It's a dairy product. We're not mixing any powders in the back. It comes from the heartland of America. It's custom labeled for Zynga, and we believe we have the world's best tasting yogurt.
Obviously, the yogurt is the mouth-watering middles that go inside here, but let's talk about the toppings and the bottoms. We're talking about world-famous bottoms. What are those?
We got waffle cones, we got white cake, we got chocolate cake. We're going to come out with some hot bottoms. Come up here for the holidays. They're all baked fresh daily here in the store.
Now, when we get to the toppings part here, obviously, like you said, vanilla is one of the most popular, which is amazing, but why not? You've got so many things to top it with. How many toppings are on the wall here?
We have 50 toppings between the 25 dry rosettas that we have on the wall, and then we have over 25 that are on our island bar. And I can say this, we cut our fruit fresh every day throughout the day. The only thing that we don't have fresh fruit-wise in our store are the maraschino cherries, and because of that is because of the nostalgia that people will come in and just make a hot fudge sundae, and they want that long stem cherry. So everything else is completely fresh besides that.
Amazing. A lot of candy on the wall as well, some great cereals. I see the kids having a great time with that. Obviously, this is a family-friendly environment.
it's all ages, 8 to 80. I mean, you know, and even younger than 8. I mean, moms come in with their kids in the strollers. They can get them a healthy treat. You can come in and be as healthy as you want. You can come in and be as decadent as you want. And I think that's why we have a broad appeal.
Folks, if you take a look at the bottom of the screen right there, you're going to see the website right there. Basically, that's Zynga. Like I said, they're spreading around across the nation there. You're also going to see the health benefits of yogurt, a lot of the flavors they're able to put on the wall there. Like I say, a dozen different flavors and a wall full of toppings as well. And keep in mind there, you can also sign up to be a loyal customer as well, which they give you some great insight. Also, click them right there on Facebook. Obviously, being connected with the community is big for you folks here. Let me ask you about the sweet spot. I noticed there on the website you can actually go submit your own creation. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we want people to create and put on the website or on the Facebook, hey, what their favorite creation is. What we have in the store, though, is something that we want to surprise and delight the consumer. When they come in and make their creation, when they put it on the scale, if it's 13.5 ounces, we call that our sweet spot, and we delight them by telling them that their treat is free that night. And you'd be surprised. We have daily winners. It can be as many as 20 to 25, 30 winners a week that hit that 13.5 ounce sweet spot, and it's on us.
So the consumers win as well, and obviously the neighborhood's got to win as well. Let me ask you, a great place for fundraising?
We love to do fundraisers, and we would love to do them Sunday through Thursday night. You know, Fridays and Saturdays kind of take care of themselves. In the wintertime, as we are in right now, we will do them 7 days a week. But whether it's with churches, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, fundraising groups that want to come in and get a piece of the proceeds that night, we will designate a night for their group and then donate a percentage of those proceeds directly to that group.
Let me ask you, a lot of the folks out there, I'm sure the consumers want to come in and experience Zynga. But honestly, there's got to be some entrepreneurs out there that are looking at it and they want one. Tell me.
Yeah, you know, we want to have local franchisees, as I said before, that know the community, know the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts, the community, the schools. So we want that local flavor, but we also want to grow and be bigger across the U.S. because that gives us buying power. We buy the equipment better, we buy the signs on the buildings better, all of our product that we get into the store. So we want somebody to be an entrepreneur and be our franchisee, but we also want them to have a good economic model, have a good return on their investment.
Hundreds right now under a contract out there. Let me ask you, some of the owners that are getting set up right now, what's some of the feedback you're getting from them?
Well, I think they're all enjoying it. They love how simple it is. We got all kinds of systems to make it real turnkey for them to get into this thing. They don't have to worry about sourcing equipment, sourcing, anything. It's just everything's turnkey. They get right into it.
Is that the norm for this industry, or how does it compare out there?
I've been in the franchise industry for 30 plus years, and I think we do things different where we financially qualify and make sure that they're the right fit for us, and then we help them with the real estate, we help them with the construction, we help them with the design package. So even though we are looking for people that have been successful in other businesses before, we want to make sure that they follow our steps to get to that grand opening.
And so you've got the Belmar location as well here in Colorado. A lot of folks loving it out there as well. Let me ask you, are the territories limited?
Well, Jimmy, next to me here, if there's 4 million people in the state of Colorado, we'd love to have 40 locations in all of the state of Colorado. So there's room for opportunity. Jim's information will be provided, and he looks forward to talking with people that want to become a Zynga franchisee.
Wonderful. You've got it all right there, folks. Take a look at the bottom of the screen again. You can also click there on the website. They've got Zynga TV. You've got sweet rewards that you can be a part of there. They really are connected with the community. A local operation loves giving back to the neighborhood, but also they want the buying power to be able to put Zynga across the nation. This is Gary Atensu with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.
Here we are, honey, at our favorite breakfast restaurant, the Walnut Street Cafe.
This is one of our favorite restaurants to eat at. It is our favorite breakfast and lunch establishment. Nicole Plotkin is the owner, and let's go in and see what we're going to have.
All right.
Hi, how are you all today?
Doing great, doing great.
Can I get you started out with anything to drink besides water?
I'm going to have water and coffee, please.
Do you like cream with your coffee?
No, thank you.
Just water for me today.
Great, and are you feeling ready to order?
Yes.
What can I get for you?
Andrea, I'm going to have a sunrise sandwich,
How would you like your eggs cooked?
scrambled with the turkey sausage. And for my side, could I have fruit, please?
Absolutely. Would you like any cheese on your sandwich?
No, thank you.
How about for you?
For me, how about if I have 3 eggs with just 1 yolk, fruit, and a small cup of oatmeal?
Chicken, brown sugar, milk with your oatmeal?
No, thank you.
I'll have that right out for you.
That'd be great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Well, we're in one of our favorite breakfast restaurants here, actually our favorite breakfast restaurant here, Walnut Street Cafe, and we're going to be talking to you about eating healthy in the Walnut Street Cafe. And you can go to any type of restaurant and eat a healthy meal, just some minor adjustments here. Hey, here comes our food.
Yay, I'm starving. Thank you. Thank you, Andrea.
Of course. Is
Perfect.
there anything else I can get for you all this morning?
No,
Perfect.
I'm good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. So what I've ordered today, it's kind of my relaxed day because I got bread. We were at the gym earlier. I need a few little more carbs, and like I said, it is my relaxed day. I got some scrambled eggs, but I left off the cheese because if you're watching what you're weighing these days, don't have cheese and don't have the bread. And for my side, I got some nice fruit. What'd you get, honey?
Well, for me, I'm not on the 10-day cleanse, but I'm still watching what I'm eating because we're going to Gold School here coming up pretty soon. So I've gotten 3 eggs, only with 1 yolk. You still need some fat to be able to absorb the protein. And it's early in the day yet, so I got oatmeal. I'm still fueling for the day. And then I got fruit as well. So I got a very clean diet, got some fuel here with the oatmeal, got some good protein, got some fruit here, so I'm really good to go for the next 3-4 hours.
Bon appetit.
Hello, Town Auto, our friendly staff awake you. I know you need to trust who you allow under your hood. Let our ASE certified mechanics service your automobile with the latest in technological equipment. We strive to restore that trust people used to have in auto mechanics. Do you miss the days when mechanics were like a part of the family? Welcome back.
We put the customer first, not their pocketbook, not anything else.
At Old Town Auto.
This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We're here at Culinary Connectors. I'm here with Becky, who is the founder and president since 2008. You guys have been sharing the love, excitement, passion of culinary world out there for people in Colorado by providing private tours. I mean, obviously, Becky, a wonderful experience for these people who are coming in and learning about restaurants they maybe never knew about before. But let's talk about it from a restaurant point of view. Restaurants out there that want to partner up with you, what kind of services do you have for them?
They can obviously partner up with us and be on the tour. We're always looking for new independent restaurants to partner with. And one of the things that we also will do for them is our e-marketing services. We call it our True Partner Program. I built my business through the internet and through social media and a lot of hard work. Now we can offer that that to restaurants so they can focus on cooking and running the restaurants. We'll blog for them, we'll do basic social media, we'll post any events that they have coming up. If they have a wine dinner, beer dinner, we'll focus on getting the word out there about what they're doing.
So basically, you chefs, you can sign up with her there, contact them as well, and you can focus on what you love, which is preparing some wonderful food for the people here of Colorado, and they can focus on getting those folks in here and getting to learn about you.
Absolutely.
You've got some big events that you're doing all the time, I see on your website. How do people stay apprised of all that?
They can join our newsletter. We only send it out twice a month. It's the first and third Tuesday of the month, coincides with our supper clubs as well. That way they can find out about our tours, and then we also talk about what's going on in the Colorado culinary world. Our mission is to educate people about the culinary talent that we have here. And we kind of roll that into now what we'll be doing is a large national chefs conference. It's going to focus on education, networking, and exploration of the culinary world. We have national speakers coming in. We have Marnie Old, who was the former beverage director for the French Culinary Institute in New York City. We have Tia Harrison coming in. Tia is in a book called Primal Cuts. She is a female butcher, and she and another person have created the Butchers Guild. So this conference is really geared towards industry professionals. It's not a consumer conference, and it's called Chefs Confluence.
Folks, you've got it all right there. As you can see, if you love eating, and who doesn't, we're talking about some of the top restaurants in Colorado that they provide for you here. And also on their Friday tours, they let you know the community, get in and out of some great eating establishments. Their contact information is at the bottom of the screen. The website is there as well. Go on the website. You're basically going to get to see hands-on some of the partnering chefs that they have there, read a little bit about them. You can also sign up for their newsletter there as well. They will keep you in the loop of the next tours they've got coming up. You can sign up if they've been sold out, that type of thing. They will definitely make this enjoyable for you. Remember, this is a moving, amazing feast, if you will. I mean, wonderful. And so, folks, they're basically going to be elevating your culinary world. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Aurora, Colorado. We're at Tools of Hope. Since 2009, Anna Christina has been providing tools to restore and renew hope for individuals and audiences throughout Colorado. Thank you for joining us here today. Let me ask you first of all, why don't you share with the audience, how does someone, a professional like yourself, involved in construction, get involved in the business of helping people?
I went from building homes to building people. People always came and talked to me, even in construction. I just decided I needed to do something different. I didn't know what I was going to do. I knew I needed to do something different.
Obviously, tools were a big necessity to get the job done well. How does that mentality spill over into this new profession? How important are the tools that you're providing for folks?
I think they're really important because when you're going through a really crushing time, when you've just been devastated by something or heartbroken, you don't have time to read a big, thick book. And the tools that I provide are very simple to get your head back on straight, to get your heart in the right place, to be able to make the next decision, to be able to make the next choice. And I have just some of the most amazing stories from people that have been in my workshops or read my book and said, oh my gosh, it really helped. It was simple and it really helped.
Let me ask you this. It seems that life is happening a little bit faster today than in years before. Why are the tools that you're providing more relevant and beneficial today, possibly than even 20 years ago?
Because when people are hurting, it's so easy to get anonymous on the internet. You're expecting an instant answer. And these tools aren't necessarily instant to fix the problem. However, they do provide a very quick boost in your energy, again, to make the decision that you need to make.
And we're talking about professional life as well as personal life?
Very much, very much. So in general, I teach big companies, small companies, management, police, EMS, victims assistance. The other niche is sales management and customer service. And what's interesting is those are all very professional careers. What I find is I go in on a business sense, and yet there are so many people struggling on their personal side of their life.
Right.
When we help people to manage their personal life better, your work goes better. when we help them to manage their work life better, the personal life tends to be at least a little bit easier. I help them with both parts to lift that up.
You can really sum up what you do basically in resilience training. I mean, really, this is something that it's more than a good attitude. It's more than being positive. Explain what that is for you.
It's giving real life tools. So for example, if I asked you, I said, Gary, tell me what you think of when I ask you these or tell you these words. So homicide, suicide, fratricide, spermicide, pesticide, genocide. What do you think when I ask you those words?
Something to do with side.
So what does side mean? To kill. All those words have to do with killing something. So then the question I ask you is, how about decide? It has to do with killing all the other options so that you can move forward and make a choice and move forward. You ask me, why is it so hard now?
Right.
A lot of it is because we have millions of options on the internet, millions of choices. We can shop all kinds of different places, and sometimes it's overwhelming. What we want to do is get to a focused point where we can decide and move forward. And it's usually on problems that we're having either at work or at home.
We're talking very practical approach you take. This is something that people can benefit with right away.
Right away. So say, for instance, another tool. I do a lot of communications training. Communication, what does that have to do with resilience? Well, if I reduce your stress level at work, even just by 5% by showing you a communication tool, does that help you, yes or no? Does 5% help, yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything helps.
It's just 5%, Gary.
Everything helps.
Right. And so, for instance, one of the tools that I love, and it's short and sweet, is if I was to introduce myself to you and say, hi, Gary, my name is Anna Christina, and I'm a motivational speaker. It sounds weak because I'm going up at the end of every sentence, and I'm not sure of myself. Now that you've heard this, every conversation you hear, you're going to notice in the store, at work, at home, when people speak like this, it's not confident. When you choose to finish neutral or down. Hi, Gary. My name is Anna Christina. I'm a motivational speaker and trainer. Just that one tool makes a big difference on how people come across at work or at home. You come across either like a victim, or you come across confident and like an effective, efficient professional.
Obviously, these are tools that basically would help anyone across the board. You have really narrowed down your expertise in helping, like you said earlier, 3 different areas. The first one is first responders. Tell me once again, who is in that group and how does it help them?
What happens is you have these amazing people that work accident scenes, emergency situation, trauma. So EMS, SWAT, police, victims assistance. I've been fortunate enough to work with a lot of victims assistance groups that work volunteer out of the police departments. Right. They show up when the worst has happened. They spend so much time helping everybody else that they sometimes forget about themselves, and it's hard to give themselves the energy back to take care of their personal lives and their professional lives.
Let's move on to the second group here, which is sales, management, customer service, something I'm a little more associated with. Tell me, what do you have for our group?
Well, as far as sales, management, and customer service, it's much the same thing. You're so busy focused on the customer, focused on the business, focused on the bottom line. We're doing more with less. You used to have 2 hats working in your job, now you have 5. And the pressure's on to save money, save time. In the meantime, you're working more hours, maybe making less money, spending less time with your family's falling apart, your marriage might not be doing well. Any one of those things creates extra stress. And so I teach them a lot of the same skills to be more confident in their management, in their sales, in their customer service. How do you communicate and help reduce the confrontation? How do you communicate, be more effective, be more efficient, be more comfortable, and have a little bit of fun at work?
Let's move on to last category, faith-based women. Obviously, women anymore, if anybody's wearing multiple hats, it's women taking care of children out in the workplace. What do you have for them?
Stories from my own experience that I can share, and I'm willing to be transparent. That's one of the biggest things that people say on my surveys is, Anna Christina, you're willing to be transparent and share some stories. And what happens when I do that is engages the person, whether it's 50 people or 500, it engages the person to say, hey, maybe she knows a little bit of what I'm going through.
Why don't you share with us the 2 books that you have here, and what are people going to find in those tools?
Well, what's great about Tools of Hope is my first book, and I was actually handing this to a SWAT police officer at one of my workshops, and he was winning the book because I always give books out at my workshops. And he said, "I'm not a real big reader." And I said, "That's okay, this isn't a real big book." And so when you look through it, it's built like a toolbox. It's not a big, thick book, and in fact, and I make a joke, there's some pages that only have 1 word on them. The second book, I hear the most amazing stories at the end of every workshop. Typically, people will come and talk to me, and they'll share things they're beautiful stories of something they're going through. That's why I know most of the people in the workshop, all of us are dealing with something, and in certain workshops, some of us are dealing with a lot. And I have authors who have never written anything before sharing their story in this book, and they were answering the question, if I only had one chance to tell you something, what would I tell you?
Right now, we're actually scrolling across the screen a lot of the actual names of some of the workshops. When we're speaking of workshops, we're talking about small groups, large groups, and what are they basically going to find in there?
We're talking about anywhere from 5 to 500 plus in the room. I do keynotes, I do commencement speeches, I do training sessions for sales teams, for instance, and they can go anywhere from a commencement, might be 10 to 13 minutes, all the way through 2 days. I can work a workshop with a group for 2 days, and we dig into these items and we really help them leave with some good solid tools.
Give us a quick taste. What's one of your favorite workshops out there that you love sharing?
The excuses box. It talks about how do you get out of the excuses box, and I give real life hardcore tools on how to step out of it. It's been very well received.
Thank you, Anna Christina, for joining us. Take a look, folks, at the bottom of your screen right there. What you're going to see is her website. You're also going to see her contact information there as well. Check out on the website, you're going to see some testimonials of basically people that have benefited from these tools. And obviously, the book is available on there as well. You can get on and order it right there. She also shares with you quite a few other resources. Take a look also at the workshops. You've got a schedule right there in front of you. Take a look if she's got a workshop coming up that you think you'd benefit from. If anything, just reach out to her. Email contact is right there as well. We are talking the Tools of Hope. Basically, resiliency training for the helping professional. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know. Until next time, if you know of a business who you feel the whole city should know about, nominate them, we'll send a reporter out. This is Gary Atencio from CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.